what is the purpose of Jenkins and how we can create users, how we can add plugins, how we can give access, how to enable the Jenkins server to accessible by other users, how to make the URL mapping, and then even we tried a sample job. We have done a job without source code and we have done a job where the source code is in GitHub. So these are all the things we have covered. Today what we will do is we will try to run a job in Jenkins server. That will be a CI job. Once the CI job is done in Jenkins, we want to trigger a job in VSTS, nothing but Azure DevOps. Why we are trying this means still today there are some organizations who are using Jenkins for continuous integration. And once the continuous integration is done, for deployment purpose, they feel that VSTS, Azure DevOps, is very much useful. Why? Because in Azure DevOps, when you create a release pipeline, we have multiple stages and we can add multiple artifacts. That's why we can have the deployment process feasible and very featureable using Azure DevOps. So why people are using CI? Because continuous integration, when you are running build pipeline, your source code is taken by the build agent. If the build agent is your own build agent, then no issues. If the build agent is outside build agent, then there are some issues, security issues. And if there is something you need to modify as per your source code inside the build agent, you can't modify when you are using others agents. So whereas in Jenkins, the builds happen within your server only. Wherever you install the Jenkins, the build happens on the same server. That's the reason they prefer Jenkins for continuous integration and they move to Azure DevOps for continuous deployment. Okay. Today we will see how this happens. Yesterday, as I told you, I have created Jenkins on a public domain. So this is the server name. Server name I given as my Jenkins, and this is created inside Azure. I'm using Azure Cloud for creating this Jenkins server in public. Here you can see this is public IP, this is private IP. Okay, this is public IP, this is private IP. Okay. You can ping this from anywhere, but you can't ping this. Yeah. Now let us show you. If I go to CMD and take this public IP, give it here. Oh, request timed out. But I enabled the security group. It's open now. How I can do this? I think. Yeah, I may need to. Here, if you see, it's saying deny. So deny all inbound pings. It's saying deny. Yeah. So it will not allow. I don't want to change this because this is the reason I'm not able to ping the server. But the server is in public IP. This is the server. Here you can see this is the server. This is internal IP and public IP here they are not displaying. You can see the public IP in the Azure portal itself. The username is Rajesh929 and it has 4 GB RAM. The name is My Jenkins. There are 2 drives. One is 120 GB, another one is 7 GB. And the OS is Windows Server 2019 Data Center. Okay, if I close this window, Jenkins is already configured on this server and they directly given the icon as well. If you click on this, it will directly open Jenkins. So I created a user. This is Jenkins in a public server. I will show you some differences here. Here it is showing as dashboard. Here it is Jenkins, and the look wise it is more graphical and it is something clumsy. The font and the style is not that much graphical. Just a second. And here if you go here, if you see manage Jenkins. Okay, if you see manage Jenkins, the things are list wise, no categorization. They are list wise, no categorization. But whereas in here in our local Jenkins, they are categorized. See, they are categorized. System configuration, security, status information, troubleshooting, tools. Here they are not categorized. Okay. And moreover, here I am using 2.222.4. It's a very old Jenkins. But in my local, it's 2.277. Almost 30 to 40 versions ahead. Okay, here it is 2.222 only, but whereas in my local it's 2.777. It's almost 55 versions ahead. The cloud version is very old one. Okay, and we have auto refresh. If someone if multiple persons are working on this, then if you enable this auto refresh for every 5 seconds or 2 seconds, it will be refreshing so that it will get the latest changes from different users. Now we got everything is ready. So if you remember, I just wanted to show you, yesterday we created a job, right? Let me go to dashboard. Yesterday we created this demo one job and we have run why it got failed? Let me see. Okay, yeah, we added that VSTS deployment task. As this is private, I mean on-premise private IP, it got failed. No problem. So this demo project is running here. If you go to Azure DevOps, okay, if I go to Azure DevOps, so if I go to pipelines, inside Azure DevOps, if I go to pipelines, in the pipeline run, okay, in the pipeline run, I know this pipeline is running, but where this pipeline run and where I can see the data. Okay, if I see this, it is running on an agent. This is the agent name. Okay, it is running on an agent. This is the agent name. Sorry. But whereas in Jenkins, if I go to console output, so running as system. Okay, running as system, and the workspace is created inside your system. Take this URL. Okay, take this. Go to your system. This is my system and copy here. See, here I have the project demo 1. Inside demo 1, see, all the source code came into your local computer. Guys, I want you to understand this concept. If you have doubt, please ask me. నేను జెంకిన్స్ లో ఒక జాబ్ రన్ చేస్తే ఆ సోర్స్ కోడ్ గిట్హబ్ లో ఉంది. ఓకేనా, లెట్ మీ గో టు గిట్హబ్ యాజ్ వెల్. సో జెంకిన్స్ శాంపుల్. సో ఇక్కడ 4 ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. గిట్హబ్ లో ఉన్న సోర్స్ కోడ్ జెంకిన్స్ లో రన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ సోర్స్ కోడ్ నా లోకల్ కంప్యూటర్లోకి ఎలా వచ్చింది?
అది చెక్అవుట్ చేసుకుంటుంది కదా మెషిన్.
రైట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సేమ్ స్టెప్ హియర్. So this is checking out.
Yeah.
Checking out is nothing but it is downloading all the source code from the location which you specified. Here, if you see, here my specification is something like local repository. This is Azure repos. That's why Rajesh organization dev.azure.com sample git sample web.
Yeah.
But whereas in Jenkins, this is GitHub Rajesh 99 Jenkins sample.git. Here also it is checking out. No credentials specified because this is public repository and it is using Git version and it is checking out. Git C, Git checkout, the latest commit ID.
Yeah.
If you want to see 7F263, okay, 7F263.
Yeah.
Okay, builds always check for latest commit only. So this way, your Jenkins taking all your source code to the computer where your Jenkins is installed. Your Jenkins is taking all your source code from the GitHub repository and where it is running.
Yeah.
This is the reason why people will always prefer Jenkins, because when you use Jenkins, your source code will be in your local computer only.
That will
It is
not
not
be
going to anywhere.
Yeah.
It is not going to anywhere. Okay, but whereas if you use Azure DevOps, obviously it is going to this server. Where is this server? This is the server name.
Yeah.
Are you able to log into this server? No, we can't. Why? Because this is being managed by Azure and we are using Azure pipelines.
Yeah.
Okay. Today I want to make this in my local. How can I make this? If I want to get this code to my local, I need to convert my mission into a build mission.
Yeah.
I need to convert my mission into a build mission. How can I convert that? You can convert that by adding your mission to the agent pools. Now, if I go to pipeline, just a second, guys. I'm getting disturbances. From yesterday onwards, I am facing some network issues, guys. Mostly with my Azure DevOps only. Is anybody facing the same issue? I'm able to access other websites without any issue, but only this Azure DevOps portal is not loading fine for me. Guys, give me a second. Let me restart my router. Okay. You
రాజేష్,
hear me?
అవి నీకు ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు, బట్ హౌ యు ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు టాక్ అండ్ కాల్?
అదే కదా ప్రాబ్లం. The problem is only with these portals. Remaining things are working fine. I don't know what's happened.
ఒకసారి బ్రౌజర్ని క్లీన్ చేయన్నా.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Going back to concept. So, if you see in my pipelines, there are many jobs which are running on multiple agents, but those agents are not mine. They are completely owned by Microsoft and they are in Azure. But now what I want to do, I want to run this pipeline in my local computer so that the source code will be in my local computer only. So for that, what I need to do, I need to add my computer as a build agent in Azure DevOps. I need to add my computer as a build agent in Azure DevOps. For that, where you need to add in agent pools. So if you take any pipeline, if you go for run pipeline, these are the agent pools. Generally, there will be hosted means these are owned by Microsoft. As I'm audible, right?
యా రాజేష్.
Yeah, okay. Hosted means these are owned by Microsoft. They are nothing but Azure, Azure pool. Private means whatever you are creating. So you can create a default pool or you can have your own pool name. Now what I will do, I will create my own pool. So for that you need to go to project settings. Under pipelines, we will have this agent pool section.
Yeah.
So here I have, as I shown you, I have two pools only. One is Azure Pipelines, which is owned by Microsoft default. If you open default, it is empty, no jobs, and agents also it is empty, no agents. Just a second, guys, I'm getting a call. Hello. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, generally, right? You said you will save the invite yesterday itself, but today morning there is no invite. I asked, there is no
Rajesh, you're talking on mute.
Sorry. As you seen in default pool, there are no agent machines, but in agent pipelines, there are multiple jobs run and there are multiple agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Srikanth, same issue. Srikanth has only one agent. That's why he is not able to do multiple jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to check on that. But this is how we will have agent pools and the agents available in the pool. Now what I need to do, I want to add my local machine. Whatever machine I am running now, I want to add this as a agent machine in this. So I can add directly in the default pool, or else I will create a separate pool for me. Let me create a pool. So this is self-hosted. See, if you have machines available in Azure, you can go for Azure pool, but now it is self-hosted. That means my own machine. Name is my pool. Just give it as my pool. Nothing to do. Grant access permission to all pipelines. So whatever pipelines created, it will be able to get all the pipelines create. Now pool is created. It was created by Rajesh Kumar Muddamsetti, self-hosted. This is by Azure, this is by own. Now if I go inside, as of now there are no jobs at all, but I want to run some jobs. If you want to run some job, obviously you need to have agents, but no, there are no agents. They are giving you option to add an agent. How can you add an agent? Click on this new agent button. It will give you the required files. If it is Windows or Mac or Linux, based on the OS, you need to download this pack. Okay, now I already downloaded one pack here. Let me go because it will be more than 150 200 MB. I don't want to take that time. See, I already downloaded VSTS agent. Okay. Now what I will do, I will extract these files. Extract. Refresh. Yeah, I want to save this in C drive only. This is C drive, select folder, extract. So this is almost 400 MB. That's why I don't want to download it now. But if you observe, the version which I downloaded is 16th February. During that date, the version of this agent is 2.181.2. But today it is 2.184.2. Okay, to save time, I am using the previously downloaded version.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, here it was downloaded in the February month. That time it is 2.181, but today it is 2.184.
Regularly, those things will get updated automatically.
Correct. Now let it be. Even for extraction itself, it is taking long time.
For that also, our internet speed. Right.
No, for extraction, internet speed is nothing, right? It's local one.
Correct, correct. System performance.
I'm back on Wi-Fi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, just now I'm back on Wi-Fi. Let me try to access these pages. See, when I'm on Wi-Fi, these portals are not working. So let me work in meantime. So let it be completed. But here in Jenkins, I want to show you something. Let us go to this virtual machine. Here, if I refresh, yeah. Now here I will try to create a new job. Okay, okay. Seems there are files are already there with the same name. Okay. Now that will complete. Yeah. So here if I create a new job, like first project, it's a freestyle project. Okay. First one. See, when you go for source version, I mean server version, I got another source control called subversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my local, we have seen only Git and none. There is no subversion.
Yes, yes.
So subversion is kind of centralized version control system, whereas Git is kind of distributed version control system. Okay, now I'm using none. I just want to run a sample job. It's like execute Windows bash. Echo. Run this job. Okay, save. I'm done. I'm just running this job. It's completed. Simple command, right? It's completed. If I go to console output, it's completed. So run this job at it specified the time. Now going back to project. So what I want to do is, I want to, if you see in the console output, it's completed the thing. Now I want to trigger a release definition once this is completed. So let us change this configuration. Configure. Post build action. VSTS continuous deployment. Okay. Now for this, what I need to do, I need to have a sample release pipeline, not a tricky one. Let me create a sample release pipeline. Releases. Something is wrong, guys. My Wi-Fi is not working. Yeah. Okay. In my releases, let me create a new release one. Here I think I have this one ready. This one I created for previous things. Trigger from Jenkins. Let me edit this. What I have here. Okay. So when I want to modify this, okay, when I want to modify this artifact, It's not happening Wi-Fi, guys. Let me switch to my data card only. So here it is trigger from Jenkins. If I go for edit, yeah. Things are not at all fine today. Leave this, guys. Let us go with the new pipeline only. It's taking long time. Now if I go for new release pipeline, take an empty job, test. Where is your artifact? Your artifact is coming from Jenkins here. Select Jenkins. So where is your service connection? Yesterday we connected the service connection, but the server is different. Now what I need to do? I need to manage, I need to maintain, I need to change the service connection between Azure DevOps and the Jenkins server. So this is old one. If I go for edit, the URL is complete. See, this is the URL, this is completely different. Now what is our URL here? Whatever public IP I am seeing. Okay, whatever public IP I am seeing. Can you see this IP? This is the IP for this server.
Yeah.
104.46.54.207. Okay, 104.46.54.207. Username is same. I need to give this. Okay, now as I am already on public server, I can try verify, guys. If I try verify, see, verification succeeded.
Yes.
Now again, to better practice, I will go with verify and save. So now it is done. So the connection name is Jenkins and this is done. The connection name is Jenkins Jobs. Okay, now going back, Jenkins Jobs, I updated the things. Here if I go back and I try again. So the artifact is from Jenkins. Now if you see, here what is the job name? Leave this page. Yeah. So the job name is first-project, right? You will get this job name automatically when I select the server connection. See, now if I drop down, see, I got the job name.
Okay.
This is because of you have created a proper connection. You have created a proper connection between Azure DevOps and the Jenkins server. So if you have multiple jobs, you will get multiple jobs. Now I have as only one job, I will get only one job. See, done. My artifact is ready. Add. Okay, this is done. Now to verify, I am just adding sample job, guys. Just sample job. You know, right? We are just adding sample job. Like we just want to verify whether it is running right or not.
Yeah.
We'll add another line so that we can have some clear context. Was triggered from Jenkins.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you tell me, if I save this, once the Jenkins job is completed here, will it trigger automatically?
Yes.
No. Why? Because I have not enabled continuous deployment.
But we have enabled to do that in Jenkins, right? We
No,
set that post
let me
build
tell you.
action.
No, but it should be enabled. Continuous deployment should be enabled.
Okay.
So enabling this trigger will create a new release every time a new Jenkins build is available. Enabling this trigger will create new release. If you don't enable, it won't create any release.
Okay.
You need to enable this. Okay, now it is done. Save. Okay. Now what I do? Just a second. What I need to do is let me do one thing. Every time I'm not able to go to this page, 104462007. Let me close this. Okay, so now I am accessing this Jenkins from the server in my local only. I closed the virtual machine. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
So I enabled this URL address and I am opening my local. Even you can open the same from your computers also. If you try to open, it will ask you credentials, but you can try. Is it open? Anyone tried?
I'm trying, Rajesh. Give me a sec. Yeah, it is asking for username and password.
Right. So it is. You can open this anywhere.
Yeah, as it is in public.
Right.
domain machine. Yeah.
So this way you can configure the same in your office also. So when you want to allow people to log in, you better create separate credentials for them and give them.
Yeah.
So that they will log in with their credentials.
But why this connectivity is not working with Azure?
Just a
Not
second.
sure, right?
Just a second. If I go for new release pipeline. Even today, internet also giving me a lot of problems. It'll be an empty job. The artifact is from Jenkins. Okay, got it, guys. Now let me do one thing. What happens here is, see, every time when you are trying to connect your Jenkins, okay, let it be. Go to project settings, service connections, Jenkins job. Good that I got this problem. So every time when you want to connect with Jenkins, always go for token, not for credentials. Okay, always go for a token, not for credentials. So here we have token. I can create a token here.
Okay.
So create a token. My name is VSTS link. Okay, generate. This is a token. Copy this token. Copied. Come here. Instead of password, give the token.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing is the token is available only once. So better copy it somewhere. Now if I go for verify, verify and save. Now done. If I go back and now if I try to create a release, I remember it won't trigger error for me because the same issue I faced earlier as well. Yeah, now if I go for new release, empty job. So it will be Jenkins, the server connection, the job name. It's done, add, then give a sample task. Let us make this as PowerShell. Execute the script. Right host. Jenkins. Everything is done. Save. Okay. See guys, we are able to save. Earlier we are not able to save.
Yeah.
So now this is Jenkins release. If I go to back pipelines, oh shit, yeah, again I forgot to enable CD. I need to enable CD. So where is that CD? That will be there in the artifacts section. I need to go to artifacts. Here on the trigger button. Here on the trigger button, I need to enable CD. Close, save. Okay. Now if you see history, we done 3 modifications. First one we created. Something gone wrong again. Pipeline. Save. Not found response from server. What happened?
I think we need to add the URL, Azure URL in post build. Are we missing something there?
What are you saying?
No, after post build, we are linking it to VSTS, right?
Right.
There, we have given already the URL.
No man, we are able to save, right? We created through token, then it should be able to save whatever modifications I do. I go for a trigger. Yeah. Jenkins failed to query service connection API. Let it be, man. Let it be. What I will do is I will try here. And I will okay. Now if I go for jobs, here I will update this job. Configure. Here also what I need to do, I need to add through token only. So the collection URL will be until this name, this is the collection URL. Then the project name, this is the project name. And then the release definition name, this is the release definition name. And then username. What is my username? rajeshkumar.muddamsethi@outlook.com. rajeshkumar.muddamsethi@outlook.com. Then password or pat. So it always prefer to use pat only, no password. So what is pat here? If you go to user settings here, this is user settings. Here you will have pat. Pat means personal access token. Like how we create a token in Jenkins, we need to use token only. Token is preferred. If you use password, it may work or it may not work, but if you use pat, it will work. So personal access token, I have many tokens. What I will do is I will create a new token for this today. This name is Jenkins link. Okay, Jenkins link. So we can have this token expiry 60 days, 90 days, and custom defined will be maximum of 1 year only. See, April 6th. Even custom defined only maximum of 1 year only. So what I will do, I will go for 30 days only. I don't want to have customizable access. I want to have full access. I'm giving full access. So if someone using this token, they will get full access on entire Azure DevOps. So this is the token. I'm copying. Safe side. Okay, here is the token. Copy. Paste it here. Apply. Save. Now what I do, I will trigger this build job. Okay, I will trigger this build job and I will go and monitor my release. Where is my release? Inside this project. Pipelines, releases. this, man? It is Jenkins sample, right? Yeah. As of now, no releases. If I build now, yeah, succeeded. We don't want this entire log. So triggered div.azure.com Rajesh organization. Looks like this page does not exist or cannot be found. Make sure the URL is correct. Okay, I know that I know. I know it will trigger the same error. Why? Because I told you, right? If you see this error, page not found error came. 404 page not found. Why? Because Jenkins is old, man. It is still using VSTS only. It's not converted to Azure DevOps.
Yeah.
Jenkins is old. It is still using VSTS only. It's not converted to Azure DevOps. So in such case, what happens is you need to give the URL as VSTS only. You need to give the URL as VSTS only. So what is the actual URL for VSTS? If I open this like Rajesh organization, see here my URL is dev.azure.com/Rajesh organization, but previously when it is VSTS, this is the URL rajesharganization.visualstudio.com. If I open this, again it will go to the same page. Don't ask me login, man. I already logged in. Yeah. Okay. See, it came back to the same page. So that's the reason we need to give this URL as like this. Control C, change this URL to Rajesh organization.visual studio. Now apply, save, build now. See, it is taking time. And if you go to console output, see success.
Yeah.
Failed to trigger release. Why it is failed to trigger release? Oh, it is saying failed to trigger, but it is triggered here. Good. So I think CD is not required. CD is not required, Srikanth.
Okay.
See this is 3, right? 3.
Yes, 3.
Clearly it is showing Jenkins 3.
3.
And the release 1 created.
Yeah.
And if you go to test, we have in test only one job, that is PowerShell job. So whether the PowerShell job is ran or not. It's really killing our time, man. Really killing my time. Yeah. If I go for this release, it's already success here, but I just want to verify the PowerShell job ran succeeded or not. So if it is succeeded means it should display the whatever text we have given in the script. Okay, if you go for logs, where is this logs, man? Yeah, so the PowerShell script. Let it load. It's taking time. Wi-Fi not working, mobile data taking time. It looks funny for me. It says triggering release, successfully triggered release, and then failed to trigger release. Say triggering release, successfully triggered release, release name also release one, then again failed to trigger release. But here we are seeing the release is triggered and the job is succeeded. It's killing time, guys. Killing time. It's not just killing time. Yeah. Meantime, what we do is let us go to some other job. So here we can see. Okay. This is the problem we faced here. It need to be one folder. Agent. Yeah. Okay. Now leave this. Let us go back to pipelines and go to project settings. We are doing as you seen. So here we have created a pool, and in that pool we want to add our local machine as an agent. Okay, I got my script here. So they will specify when you go for a new agent, they will specify the steps here itself. What they will say, download the package and first run the config.c. So first what they are saying, download the package, create an agent. So they are saying to make a folder and go inside the agent. First run config.cmd, then run run.cmd. So here if you see I have configured run.cmd. What I need to do is I need to open PowerShell as administrator. As administrator. I opened PowerShell as administrator. Here I need to go to this folder.
No, you have normal. Okay. Wonderful.
Guys, unfortunately, I got a meeting just now. What I will do is how to add your custom agent and how to run these pipelines, I will show you tomorrow, guys.
Okay, Rajesh.
Yeah, and even this Jenkins job also looks succeeded. Maybe the logs are tricky. They are not able to understand why it is showing as not failed to trigger. But even though the release is already triggered, and the release also succeeded. Okay, so the release also succeeded. Tomorrow, what I will show you, how to create agents in VSTS and how to create agents in Jenkins. Both the things I will cover tomorrow.
Okay.
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 Thanks, guys. So due to some issues, I'm dropping off today.
Yeah.
If you have anything, you can ask me.
Yeah, when we try, we'll ask you in chat.
Okay, then.
Group chat.